Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we're looking at verb or sentence. Al-jumlatul fi'liyat. So we are looking at how verb or sentences work. Okay, every sentence that begins with a verb or contains a verb, it's a verb or sentence. I think we've looked in previous lessons, we've looked at Jumla Ismiya, where we looked at how sentence can begin with a noun, mostly in book one. But in this book two, we look at the verbal sentence. Let's have a look at some of the things that we expect then. Okay, so we say it contains a verb. Fi'l, the verb fi'l. Fa'ilun, we'll learn about this. Maf'ulun bih, we'll learn about this. So it should have fi'lun, fa'ilun, in some instance contains maf'ulun bih. We'll break down everything. Okay, but before we look at the verbal sentence, let's look at the nominal sentence. Remember, this is a recap of what we've already done in previous lesson, and we've been meeting these sentences since book one. So al-jumlatul ismiya is any sentence that starts with a noun. It contains a habarun and a mubtada. A mubtada and a habar. For example, Hamidun talibun. So in this case, it's a mubtada. And this is habar. Hamid is a student. Let's look at the al-jumlatu al-fi'aliyatu. So, for example, if you want to say Samia Hamidun al-adhan. So we can say Hamid ahead. This is head. This is Hamid, call to the prayer. So we can say Hamid head, the call to the prayer. So Sami'a, in this sense, Sami'a is the feel. So with verbs now, verbs denote time because verb is an action word in English. So if let's say verb like hear, head, hearing, it denotes time when this event or an action actually took place. So with Arabic now, verbs, when they are written, they either denote the past, the present, or the future. Something that is currently happening, something that has happened, and something that will happen. So we'll look that into detail. But let's look at Samia. He heard. Who heard? So we call this fi'l madhi. Fi'l madhi, this is the past tense verb. Samia. He heard. And who heard? Hamidun. It's the subject fa'il. Fa'il. He heard. Fa'il. And al-adhan. Al-adhan in this case is maf'lun bih, the object. What was heard now? So we've got three things here. The verb, what was the action? He heard. And who heard? Hamid. And what was heard? Al-adhan. So these are three things that we can expect to see in al-jumlatu al-fi'ali. Al-fa'ilun, we explained, we said al-fi'lun can be madhi or mudhari'u or amr. We'll look into all of those. But look, the verb must have time. It must tell us when did this thing happen. It happened in the past. Madhin, past. Fa'ilun, which is the doer in this case. Fa'ilun, hamidun is the doer. Is always marfu'un. Remember, marfu'un bidhamma. When you say bidhamma, be marfu'un. Marfu'un bidhamma. منصوب بالفتح مجرور بالكسر. Just remember that. So فاعل حامد always مرفوع. مفعول به, the object in this thing, what the object, always منصوب بالفتح, always منصوب بالفتح. So if I remove everything here, if I remove everything here and I just give you سامع حامد الأذان, you must tell me سامع is the verb فعل, حامد is فاعل, and الأذان is مفعول به, the object. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so let's look at this. We will look at one at a time. These are the parts now of the feeling of the jumla fi'liya. So remember we said the subject al-fa'il. Let's look at the fa'il. Where's the fa'il? So al-fa'il is hidden in these two forms of the past tense. Let's look at the past tense. Remember we have two tenses, three tenses: the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense. Dahaba. So a verbal sentence like dahaba must have at least two things: the fi'lun, the verb itself, and the fa'ilun. So where's the verb? Where's the verb dahaba? Where's the fa'ilun? We call it mustatirun taqdiruhu huwa. It's hidden in huwa. Okay, so we say it mustatirun. It's hidden in huwa. So he went. What about if you want to say she went? Dahabat. This ta. Dahabat. We add ta to this ta. This is ta of fa'ilun. Ta of fa'ilun mustatirun taqdiruhu here, because she is here. So dahabat. So dahabat is fi'lun madi, and the ta is ta fa'ilun. Mustatirun taqdirun huwa. So we can also come up with, as we know, the 12 pronouns, dama'ir. So we can attach all this to the fi'lun so that we know that this is the fa'ilun and this is the fi'lun. Fi'lun madi, and where's the fa'ilun? Fa'ilun is taqdiruhu anta here, and the habta. So this ta is anta. So Hamid went, so I say Dahaba Hamidun. And where is the fa'ilun? In this case, the fa'ilun is not hidden. It's here, it's present. Fa'ilun. So we look at Dahabat Maryam. So a separate noun in mafru is in mafruun form, following the fi'lun, denotes the fa'ilun. So if you see a noun that is in marfuun, remember, with dhamma, always it is the fa'ilun. You see an ism, a noun in front of a fi'lun, a verb, it is fa'il. So in that case, we can say the fa'ilun is overridden by the explicit fa'ilun. So if we do have dahaba, remember we said dahaba is got mustatirun taqdiruhu huwa. The fa'ilun is hidden, but now we have hamidun here. It means we no longer need to talk of the mustatirun taqdiruhu huwa, because the huwa is now visible, which is hamidun. So it's overridden. Okay? All right, so we will look at the conjugation of the past tense. When you say conjugation, we say the dama'irun, all those dama'irun, dama'irun, itna ashara dama'irun, damiran. So remember the numbers, damiran, 12 pronouns. So let's look at them. We'll see that in the passage just now. Okay, let's look at it. Fa'ilun, when it is, in some cases, it is mustatun, like huwa mustatun, kharaja, he went out or he left. Huma kharaja, so this alif is the fa'ilun, this hamza is the fa'ilun. Kharaju, they, two plus. If they are more than two, we say haraju. Remember, it's past tense. Harajat, harajata, harajna, harajata, harajta, harajtuma, harajtum, harajti, harajtuma, harajtunna, harajtu, harajna. So we are going to be looking at this, but before we go deep into this, we are going to come back again and look into this. But let's look at our today's lesson in Medinah as we read and see some of the verbs here. Dars Rabia, the fourth lesson, say Yusuf and Ibrahim conversation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bik. So this is the greeting. Say ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban bik, welcome. And say ya. Okay, so you say ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban bik ya khali, kayfa haluk, la laka bi khairin. So Ibrahim says welcome, and oh khali, how are you? Oh my neighbor, how are you? I hope you are fine. Okay. Alhamdulillah, Yusuf says, Aina abuka ya Ibrahim? Where is your father, O Ibrahim? Dhahaba ila suq. So Ibrahim says, my father went to the market. Why namuk? So, and where is your mother? Dhahabt ila khalati Zainab. She went to our aunt Zainab. Okay. Why na ikhwatuk? Where are your brothers? Dhahabu ila jamiat. So they went to the university. Wa aina akhwatuk? So where are your sisters? Dhahabna ila al-madrasah. So they went to the school. So they're referring to the sisters. أما ذهبت إلى المدرسة اليوم? Didn't they go to the school today? So Bala, remember what we said? Ama وليس كذلك. So Bala, we'll learn about this in next lesson. ذهبت ورجعت بعد الحصة الأولى. So yes, I went and I returned after the first period. لماذا رجعت? Why did you return? رجعت لأنني مريض. I returned because I was sick. لا بس. أذهبت إلى طبيب? No problem. Did you go to the doctor? نعم ذهبت. Yes, I went. So we will look into the explanation of this, but this is the passage. We'll go into greater details as we look into Tamarin in the next class. For now, Jazakallah khairan, alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.